Now, the 12th race of the 2025 Formula One season was the British Grand Prix, and that would have been taking place at Silverstone. So, for the British Grand Prix, Verstappen was on pole position in qualifying, and at the start of the race, he kept the lead from the two McLarens right behind him. And on lap 8, Piastri ended up passing Max Verstappen because he had a better pace. And to be honest, the track was it was like a drying track from a damp track. It rained a little bit, so the track had changeable conditions, and the Red Bull didn't have too much pace in those changeable conditions, and the McLaren was much superior. So Piastri did what he had to do and passed Max Verstappen on lap 8. Okay, and between lap 19 and 21, there was a safety car period, and on lap 21, the safety car was coming in. Okay, and while the safety car was coming in, Oscar Piastri was driving unnecessarily, and he ended up, receiving a penalty. The reason was driving unnecessarily during the safety car coming in. So while Piastri was driving unnecessarily, that threw off Max Verstappen. He wasn't able to warm up his tires properly, and he had a spin right after the safety car from second position. And that was another blow to him scoring a lot of points in that Grand Prix. And he ended up dropping to, I think, seventh position, and he fought his way back after a few laps. And this gave Lando Norris a chance because of the penalty to Oscar Piastri. It gave Lando Norris a chance to go into the lead, and after the pit stops. And there was a what's it called, a 10-second penalty for Oscar Piastri. So that gave Lando Norris a chance, to go into the lead. And, after 52 or 52 laps, Lando Norris claimed, the victory at... Lando Norris claimed the victory at the British Grand Prix in Silverstone. So the results was Lando Norris finished in first position. He scored 25 points. And then Oscar Piastri finished in second position. He scored 18 points, even after the penalty that he received. And, he was only 6.8 seconds, from Lando Norris. And in third position was Nico Hülkenberg in a Kick Sauber. He was 34 points behind, Lando Norris. And he was his first ever podium in Formula One. So that was a good result for Nico Hülkenberg there. Okay, so after the British Grand Prix, the championship standings look like this. It was Oscar Piastri in first position with 234 points. Lando Norris in second position with 226 points. So there was only 8 points between the two McLarens. And, Oscar was leading Lando by 8 points. And then in third position, you had Max Verstappen with 165 points. So at the British Grand Prix, he finished in fifth and scored 10 points. Because remember, he had a spin, from second position, after the safety car period. So he only scored 10 points, and he was still, a long way off, the championship lead. But, at least he scored some points, in the previous race in the Australian Grand Prix, he didn't score no points. So his lead, away from the championship, the top of the championship was 69 points, and the previous race was 61 points. So Max had a lot of work to do, and Lando was keeping Oscar honest. He luckily won the British Grand Prix because if Oscar didn't get that penalty, he would have won the British Grand Prix, and Max, without a spin, would have probably got a solid second position. So Lando was lucky to win the British Grand Prix, and it was his home Grand Prix. He was very happy to win it. And, that was what happened at the British Grand Prix. And the next race would have been the Belgian Grand Prix.